All right, hello everybody. You're listening to Mark Ling, and in today's presentation, we're going to be talking about incredible niche profit secrets. So, I'm going to be looking at how to find profitable niches with high margins and high conversion rates. We're going to look at my top 10 favorite niches and how to succeed wildly in them. We're going to look at how to make 10K per month online in 6 steps, email marketing with psychological triggers. We're going to look at those. We're going to look at why even one-page websites can make a fortune online and 7 tips for building a list full of hungry buyers and lots more. Now, first thing I want to do is I'm going to load up the Q&A box and I am going to... Heck, what's going wrong with my mouse now? It's not letting me... Whoops. It's not even letting me see my mouse for some reason. Oh, there we go. It's back on screen. Now, I'm going to load up the Q&A box and I want to know... First of all, have you guys, who of you guys, just say either yes, I've been on a webinar with you before, or no, I haven't been on a webinar before. We've got close to 350 of you here right now, and we're probably going to have over 400 of you by the time the webinar's going. So it's good to know. Okay, looks like we've got about half and half by the looks of all of these yeses and nos and stuff. All right, maybe even 60% have been on a webinar before. Okay, so that's good to know. Now, I want to also get you to type in and let me know. Let me know also what your... I'll just move that over so I don't show everyone's names in the recording, because I've got this on screen showing what's going on. Now, I want to know, can you guys let me know what's your main reason? Like, you see all the bullet points for what's going to be on this webinar. What's your main reason for being here? What's most exciting to you out of these bullet points? Okay, because this helps me tailor the webinar to suit you guys, because I want to just know what's your biggest. Okay, profitable niches, mastering list building, and how to make 10K seem to be the biggest. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm covering all this stuff, but I want to know what's the biggest. List building is right up there. Okay, want to make a burst of motivation, consistent income, drive more traffic, how to get authority, list building. Okay, all right, and finding a profitable niche is up there as well. Okay, all right, so that's great. It's good to know where you guys are at and what drove you to being here. Okay, that just helps me to tailor things. How many of you guys already know about my background story? Just so I know whether or not I should spend 5 minutes on that, or whether I should spend 1 minute. In fact, tell me. Do you want me to spend 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes on it? Tell me now. All right, that's good. Good. I'm getting about 60% of people saying 1 minute, and the rest are saying more. So what I'll do is I'll go with 2 minutes. Okay, we'll make it 2 minutes, keep it short and simple, and then we'll get on to the teaching. All right, and I will load up the Q&A box from time to time to see what you guys are typing in, but I won't have it in front of me the entire time. So, save any questions, write them down, and only ask them when I tell you that I'm looking at the Q&A box. Otherwise, I'm not going to see it because I'm running the webinar. Okay, so we're going to look at all of these things in this webinar. For those of you that don't know me, I've been internet marketing for over a decade now. So I'm doing really well, and I'm doing really well both as an affiliate and as a product owner. When I first got started, I was struggling. I was $120,000 in debt at one stage. I drove a Mazda 1976 Mazda 808. I worked at Pizza Hut. And I was living in a cold, rundown flat with a bunch of people that were doing drugs all the time, and I was really stressed, like majorly stressed, to be honest, about I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I kept chopping and changing subjects when I went to university. I just couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do with myself, and that's when I discovered affiliate marketing. I discovered that first, and I made my first $400,000 online as an affiliate. This was taught to me by a friend of mine who discovered it first. He got himself making about $50 a week, so it wasn't exactly setting the world on fire, but it was enough to get me motivated to give it a go. And I'm really glad I did. Now, affiliate marketing, that's in short, that's when you earn commissions promoting other people's products, and later on, after I'd made over 400,000 as an affiliate, I started making my own products too, and now I do both. I make maybe 60% of my money as an affiliate and maybe 40% as a product owner. So I definitely get involved in both, and I like to teach my students how to do both. You start off as an affiliate, but then later on, when you want to go past $10,000 a month or more and want to take it to 100,000 plus, then that's when making your own product comes in as well, to ramp things up from there. So I don't want you to get intimidated by screenshots like these, me earning $116,000 in a single week from an affiliate promotion. Thousands of dollars a day in many of my different accounts. The reason I show you these is simply just so you know you're learning from someone who does what they teach, and so that you know that the stuff works and works wonderfully well. This is $36,729 in commissions from promoting a product as an affiliate in the wholesale sourcing and supplying niche. Mind Movies. This is me as an affiliate promoting Mind Movies, which is a product in the personal development niche. And it's not just me, it's my students as well. I've got a lot of students all over the world doing extremely well. I quite often bump into them at different marketing events when I'm attending, and I get people telling me all the time that they first started with Filarama and are now making anywhere up to over $1 million a year. It's really incredible seeing the success of everybody out there. But you've all got to start somewhere. I'm like you. I started without making these sort of paychecks. I mean, I started actually being extremely excited the moment I saw that first number 1 in the sales column, and then I was really excited when it got to a number 3, because then I knew, okay, I'm going to be making, this is as an affiliate, earning commissions. I knew right then when I got to my 3rd sale that I'm going to ramp this up and make a lot of sales. I just needed to know it was not just a flash in the pan, that first sale. By the time I got to my 3rd sale, I was hooked. And I hope that you guys will be too if you're not already. I know some of you guys are already making great money in affiliate marketing, and that's great, but also know that maybe 80 or 90% of you are on this webinar because you're brand new, and that's great also. Okay, I won't go into this in detail because most of you guys are already well aware that I got my own father into this, but I'll just let you know that if my 67-year-old father can do internet marketing after working for the government for over 30 years, then there's no reason why just about anyone can't do internet marketing, and as long as you've got a good set of instructions to follow. So if you can copy and paste and follow instructions, you can do this stuff. Even my 18-year-old kid, half sister, she can do really well with this also. Anyway, that's a photo of my dad, my stepmom, my half sister, and my little son Benjamin. So we're going to get underway, and we're going to start with looking at how to find profitable niches. Now, you'll be well aware that my favorite kind of niches are information product niches. Can you guys type in the Q&A box? Type in and let me know why you think that I've focused so heavily and made millions of dollars over the years in information product niches. Why do you think I've focused on that? Why do you think? All right, good. You're typing in, all right, recurring income, can scale it easier, no inventory, immediate results, no stock. Absolutely. And when I first got started online, I had no money to start with. Well, not much anyway. I was able to spend a couple of $100 to buy get some website hosting set up and buy a domain name and experiment with a few things. I didn't have much. I had virtually nothing. And the thing is, when you are an affiliate, you don't have to worry about learning how to sell either. Well, you do, but you don't. You don't have to learn how to, you've still got to be able to, I guess, sell people on clicking through to a page, but you don't have to learn how to write really, really good sales copy that'll sell a product. So, your first thing to learn is all to do with how to build a list and how to write emails that get people to go and visit various sales copies, and how to build a relationship with that list. And we'll get into that soon. All right, so the reason why I go for information product niches is they have high margins, very high margins, and yet the good products out there have got high conversion rates too. So let's have a look at that. Let's go and look at have a look at clickbank.com. Okay, so if I go to clickbank.com, now this is one of many marketplaces. It's not the only marketplace as an affiliate, all right, but it's one that I have found to be very, very helpful over the years in terms of finding profitable products to promote. So it's a really, really good one to start with. I mean, at least 70% of my income is from ClickBank, so if it's good enough for me to make millions of dollars, it's good enough for you guys too, I'm sure, if you're just getting started. If you're not just getting started, there are other places and you can look around, absolutely. But I like to start with ClickBank for anyone that I'm teaching. Now, in the marketplace here, there are so many different categories here of products that you can promote. So it can be quite tough to work out, okay, how do I know what's actually profitable and so forth? Well, one way to tell automatically in any category that you go into is you can see what's the most popular products are by just clicking on that category. And let's say I click on languages, for instance. You click on that category and you can automatically see at the top the most popular products. And when I say most popular, that doesn't mean that it's the best performing on ClickBank. What it means is, according to ClickBank, affiliates are having their most success with these products. Okay, so which ones are processing the most transactions for affiliates. So then you know if other affiliates are doing well, then these must be doing pretty well too. Okay, so what I normally do is I'll either go straight to a category if I have a particular category I wish to be promoting in and finding products in, or I'll just look overall at all categories and just hit the search button there. And if you do that, you can see right from start to finish which are the most popular products on ClickBank. Okay, and like I say, most popular doesn't mean it's the best one to choose. So any product in that top 100 products is selling really well. I mean, I know this because I have products of my own that are not even in the top 100 products on ClickBank that are still making thousands of dollars per day for the affiliates. So therefore, I know that anything in the top 100 is a good chance that it converts really well and it's a good product. Now, to promote. So that's one sort of rule of thumb. You browse through the top 100 products on ClickBank, or you browse through the top few in any given category. Now, another thing that I like to do, though, is I like to just go ahead and say, you know what, I only want to see products here that are, let's say they'll have a gravity of at least, say, I don't know, at least, say, 12. So that means at least 12 different affiliates are making commissions promoting this product, at least. Okay, that's a rough rule of thumb. That's what gravity is. It's the number of separate affiliates who are making sales of this product at any given time. If someone makes a sale of a product in the last week, they add one gravity to the gravity rating. If they make a sale 2 weeks ago, then it might add 0.8 of a point instead, and it goes down and down the longer ago it is since they made a sale. Now, if an affiliate made 500 sales of a product yesterday, they still only can add one gravity point. That's all any affiliate can add. That is the measure of the number of separate affiliates selling this product. Okay, and these are the average dollars per sale that the affiliate earns right there. So I usually like to make sure that that's over $40 if I can, or at least over 30. Let's say use 30 as a good rule of thumb. So I'll go there and I'll change that up to 30. Obviously the top products, they're all like that, but a lot of the other products might not be. Okay, I like my average percent per sale to be at least 60, say, sometimes, or at least 50. Let's say 50, just to be to open it up to more programs. And If I'm looking for an offer that offers some recurring billings, then I may add that and make sure that that's on at least 40%, say, for the recurrings. But I think it's a good rule of thumb. So if you set those as your and it can be quite helpful too if it's got Pitch Plus used as well. So if you click on that, then you know, okay, they're using ClickBank's Pitch Plus program, then I know that I'm getting good one-click ups. I'm earning commissions on all the upsells, and they're using ClickBank's one-click upsell system, which means they're likely to be producing even higher commissions. So I think that's very, very important too, that you have that ticked as well. And then you can choose whatever category you want, like I said, if you want to niche it down by category, like self-help, for instance, and so forth. And so I've niched this down. I'm looking inside self-help, but I'm only looking at ones with these fitting this criteria. And now there's still a lot of products to promote right here. Now there may be other products. See, there's 6 pages of them that still fit that criteria. Now, there may be other products that are worth promoting that are just not proven yet. So you might still want to have a look at them. Other affiliates might not have succeeded with them yet because they're brand new. You may wish to look at them and make a decision on whether you want to promote or not. That's up to you. But this is a good quick rule of thumb to try to find some good offers to promote relatively quickly. Okay. And to sign up to ClickBank is really easy. It just takes about a minute, and you get your ClickBank ID, and then ClickBank pays you your commissions on any of these products that you choose to promote. All right, so it's as straightforward as that. Have you got any questions yet, guys? Let's have a look. I'm going to just take, I'm not going to take too many questions because we've got a lot of people on, and I do want to carry on the training, but I just want to see if there's any sort of common questions coming up. I'm just going to move this over and see. Now, what have we got? Like I said earlier, Matt, I make money both as an affiliate and as a product owner. So I made my first $400,000 online as just an affiliate. Now I make money doing both. I make about 60% of my money as an affiliate and about 40% as a product owner. So, and that's why I teach all my students, as they get to the next level, to get into making their own product as well. But it's certainly a lot easier to start as an affiliate, because then you don't have to make a whole library of products to promote it. You just get out there and you're able to promote other people's products, earn a great commission, and you've got a lot of different offers you can promote to your list. And you should be building a list, and I'll teach you more about that later in the webinar. It's just a lot easier to get underway faster. Okay, now people wanting to know what's the Pitch Plus program. I noticed I had a couple of people, Kathleen and others. What's the Pitch Plus program? Pitch Plus just means that that the offer it's not just a front-end offer. There are other offers as well that may be taken as an upsell. So it means that as the affiliate, and it's using Pitch Plus, which means that it's just sort of a one-click upsell. So it means that they can just click to add it to their existing order. So it means that you as the affiliate, if you promote one of these products as a no, it's not duplicate content. That's a different thing. Just someone that said that. If you promote other people's products, then you can. If you promote other people's products, then you can earn higher commissions if they happen to not just sell a front-end product. They sell their widget A, and once someone's bought widget A, they say, hey, congratulations on buying widget A. You're going to get to be able to do this, 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 and this with it, and I'm really excited that you've joined this program. Now, if you also want to be able to do blah, blah, and blah, then that's where widget B comes in. And it's the perfect solution for those of you who want to do this, this, and this as well. So click here to add it to your existing order for special pricing of blah, blah, blah. That's it. So quite often there'll be one or two upsells with any given product, and as the affiliate you can earn some really good commissions on those ones that have upsells. Okay. Now, if people want to find because the focus of this webinar is on email marketing and for affiliate marketers and so forth. If you want to make and sell your own info product though and find profitable niches, then you're going to want to pay close attention to my top 10 favorite niches, which I'm going to get into shortly, because those niches are extremely well proven, profitable, and you know that not only are you able to promote your own product in that niche, but there are other marketers that have their own products as well that you can promote as an affiliate, and that they may be able to cross promote you. So it can be easier when there are more people in the market, if you're a product developer. So if you are a product developer, pay close attention to those niches. Or the other rule of thumb I use is to go to Amazon.com and look up the 4 Dummies books and look at the ones that have got, say, at least 50 reviews or more. So I know that 4 Dummies guide has been selling. You know, like maybe someone's selling a 4 Dummies guide on how to build a chicken coop, and then you get an idea to make a product around that, and you know that it's a good niche to be in. All right, so I'll carry on, and I'll take more questions later, of course. I hope this is you guys enjoy this webinar. All right, so we'll look at my top 10 favorite niches. Note, these are not in order of importance at all. I just put them in any old order. I just grouped them so that they were just sort of logically the ones that were most related go together. Now, someone's asked a question for a beginner in ClickBank. Could I start with a specific range and gravity? Yeah, I'd just say, if you're a beginner, just aim to only promote products that have got a gravity of at least 12. If the gravity's higher, the higher the better. It doesn't really matter, but at least 12. All right, I'm going to get back to this. Sorry if you guys have got more questions, but I've got to. But I better not keep getting distracted so that I carry on with the presentation. But I will keep taking time to answer questions, guys. Okay, not in order of importance, but let's get into them, and I'll talk a little bit about each of them. Personal development, and then spirituality and alternative beliefs. Okay, these are 2 of them. Now, the reason I'm grouping these together is because they go hand in hand quite closely. People are quite often, the lines are blurred because some products even fit into both niches anyway. All right? Now, personal development, it's when you want to sort of make yourself better as a person, I guess. And as a result of that, people that get into personal development, they quite often get into programs to do with boosting productivity, or to do with stopping procrastination, or maybe they want to cure some issue of theirs, like stopping smoking, or all sorts of things. They want to become wealthier. They want to become happier. They want to have a better relationship. Personal development is a very, very wide niche that covers a lot of different areas in one. Okay? And I know that one area that it really crosses over really well with personal development is spirituality and alternative beliefs. I discovered that when I first started marketing in the personal development niche. And I found that, I did some surveys of my lists and found that 90% of the people that were into personal development believe in the law of attraction. A great percentage of them are really into things like astrology and numerology and chakra healing and Reiki and all sorts of other things. Like, it's really interesting. The people that like to work on themselves are also into these things. And it makes sense to me too, because when I first started in personal development myself as a person back when I was about 16 years old, one of the first courses I did was a mind power program, and half of that was on the law of attraction, so I can see where the crossover is. There's all sorts of things in these niches, from self-hypnosis to all sorts, and I'm doing extremely well in these niches myself, over 7 figures a year now, in the combination of those 2 niches combined, and I couldn't recommend it any more highly. It's a very, very good niche to be in. And if you are a member of my fellow Jetpack program, those are 2 very, very good choices to choose, because they're ones that I know so well that I've been able to craft the emails really, really well in those niches. I've updated them for 2015. I've updated those niches, those niche packs, because some products are selling much better now than what products were selling a year ago. So those are completely up to date as of the last few weeks for anyone that is a current member here listening. Okay, so spirituality, alternative beliefs, that's one. And it's well worth considering. There's a lot of great programs on ClickBank in those niches. Dating and relationships tips for women, dating and relationships tips for men, and save relationship. Now, they actually cross into personal development too, because if ever I mail to my personal development list, if I promote, say, a dating product, I will usually make a lot of sales. I don't do it all the time because I know it's only a portion of my list that I'm talking to in personal development. It's not like the majority, but still, it's enough of them that I will make a lot of sales anyway. So a good portion, maybe 25% of people that get into personal development, they do it because they want a better relationship, either with their current partner or with someone new. But it stands up as a really great niche in its own right. And I've done really, really well in the dating niche. Most years I do over 7 figures in the dating niche. 7 figures in sales anyway. It might be half that in terms of what I actually receive. But still, it's pretty strong. I do very, very well in this niche, and that's why I listed it in there. But it's the combination of all of these niches combined. Dating tips for women, dating tips for men, and save relationship. So any one of those 3 is worth focusing on, or my favorite 2 out of those is number 3 and number 5. Dating relationships tips for men. I still do reasonably well in that niche. I'll do very low 6 figures per year in that niche, but it's not as wholesome a niche as the other 2. Like you can do reasonably okay by selling products for men on how to boost self-confidence, how to get a girlfriend, stuff like that. But the people that I know that are making money hand over fist in that niche, they're making $1 million a year, they're definitely pushing it to more sort of like the R16, R18 kind of stuff, where it's it's all about how to get a girl into bed and stuff like that, which I don't have any problem with people making those kind of products, but it just doesn't suit my business. Because I want my stuff to be stuff that I don't mind showing my kids and stuff like that as they get older, and showing my father. So I rather stick to slightly more wholesome side of that niche, and same with the women and the save relationship niche as well. That's just a personal choice, but there's a lot of money to be made in any of these niches. Now, if you want to make money in the dating and relationships tips for women, then a really, really big key is to try and pick products to promote that aren't just for single women, that will actually be for both women who are single and women who are in a relationship but they're just not happy. All right? There's a lot of products that fit that bill, and if you can fit that bill, then you're going to make a lot more sales. Because even if your list only has single women on it, let's say you are targeting single women to build your list, well, sooner or later they're not all single. So they might get in a relationship, and then a year later they're still on your list, and you promote some product that's for women in a relationship, and you're still able to convert. If they and the same thing goes for the other thing is that quite often people that are in a relationship, I've noticed women who are in a relationship, they go and buy products that or join mailing lists that are targeted at single women, but they're actually in a relationship, but they're wanting to know, well, if I break up with my boyfriend, what's it going to be like being single? And they start getting advice so that they know what to do in case their impending breakup happens. It's really interesting. And that's save relationship products. They do really well also. They how to win your ex back, that sort of stuff. They convert very highly to sales because people that, I guess, it's more of a needs-based thing too. People are more urgent about buying that sort of thing. There's a lot less people looking for it, but those that are really wanting to buy products and find the best possible solution for their problem. Okay, I've got a lot of great experience promoting a lot of great products in those particular niches. That's why those are also very, very good niche packs to have, especially the one for women and the Save Relationship one. So if you're a part of a fellow Jetpack, those are 2 other extremely good niche packs. Not that any of the niche packs are bad. I'm just saying ones that I had a lot more personal experience to be able to draw on to make sure those niche packs are even better. Absolutely phenomenal. You'll do really, really well with those packs and those niches. Now, I just want to check, are there questions before I carry on? I want to know. Guess I'm getting a couple of people are wondering, saying I'm going on and on. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my best with this webinar. I hope that most of you guys are enjoying this. Okay, I'm not getting anyone else typing into the Q&A box, so I'll carry on. Okay, so some people saying that they think I'm doing great, which is good. But yeah, I'm doing my best. I'll keep carrying on. Maybe I do waffle a little bit, and I'm sorry about that. All right, cool. So no, people want to just carry on. Okay. Cool. How long did it take me to make my first sale when I got started? It took me maybe 3 weeks when I first got started. I'm not saying everyone will be 3 weeks. Some people make their first sale in 2 days, and some people take 6 weeks. It's, so asking how long is a piece of string. But for me, it was 3 weeks, and I was so over the moon. That's really what made me really. By the time I made my third sale, I was really pushing ahead from there. Okay, next one, really good one. In fact, I'll show you what I'm doing right now in this particular niche. I'm only just getting into this niche, but it's something that I really, really like, really passionate about it. So I wanted to do it. And I know a lot of people that are making, several people making over $1 million a year in this niche, and even a couple that are doing over $1 million per month. Okay, www.yumpaleo.com. Just want to show you guys a website of mine that I'm building at the moment. It's not quite ready yet, but it's close enough if you want to have a bit of a browse. There's a whole lot of paleo cooking recipes on this website. All right, and we've been filming ourselves cooking these recipes, and so a lot's gone into it, a lot more than I'd expect you guys to be doing if you're just starting out. But I wanted to make a bit of a splash in this niche, the paleo / weight loss niche. Paleo cooking recipes. It's an offshoot of the weight loss niche. Like, I like to, when I enter a niche, like say weight loss, I don't want to just go weight loss in general. I want to pick like an angle, and my angle is going to be paleo. And then I looked at all the paleo websites out there, and I noticed not many of them have a lot of great videos. So I thought, well, we'll film ourselves cooking our recipes, so we'll have a lot of cool videos on the websites as well. So it's part of my plan there in that niche. And I've built up a Facebook page for it too. I'll show you that. If I go Facebook Yum Paleo, there we go. Click on that one. I think that's it there. 47,000 likes, and I haven't even really started promoting this product yet, this website yet. So I've got a lot of free recipes, and I'm going to have a VIP section as well with paid recipes as well. It should be out in the next 3 weeks or so, but it's coming soon. But anyway, I built up a Facebook page with lots of likes and so forth. Kept putting out the recipes on there, get likes and shares, and build up an audience so that I've got an audience to market to, and so I can build a list and so forth. And anyway, I know I'm waffling a little bit here, but I just wanted to give an example from my own stuff. But they're huge industries. Something like 1 in 3 or maybe 1 in 5, something like that, women in America over the age of 30 are actively trying to lose weight at any point in time. Like, this is huge. Like, if you've got a website, for instance, that has some random topic and you don't know what to promote, then usually the default product is weight loss if you really don't know. Like, I used to have a celebrity website years ago, and I had no idea what products I could promote to it. So I chucked a whole heap of products on there, and I put them on rotation. Dozens and dozens of them. And one of the only products I could sell off this, of just generic, like someone would look up a celebrity's filmography or their biography or something, and one of the only products that did well was a weight loss product. So that's interesting. There's a lot of people trying to lose weight. It's a big niche. Weight loss, diet, nutrition, or muscle building. Muscle building is like the opposite of weight loss. You get some people that are they're too skinny almost. They're not happy with their body because they're too skinny, so they want to build muscle, and that's huge as well. And both of those niches, weight loss and muscle building, both tie into the diet and nutrition niche. So there's a lot of products on ClickBank that you can promote as an affiliate, and elsewhere in the diet and nutrition niche. And that's really good. Like if you've got a weight loss niche or vice versa, they go hand in hand. So anyway, they're really good niches to be in. And the big key is that you're choosing some sort of unique angle though. Like if you're getting into weight loss, go with like some specific type of weight loss, like paleo, or maybe you're going to look at CrossFit, or maybe you're going to look at people that are trying to lose pregnancy weight, or maybe you're targeting just women only, or maybe you're targeting a weight loss for people that want to lose belly fat. You know, you can do generic weight loss, nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's such a big niche that it pays to niche down a bit. Same with diet and nutrition, you know, like don't just do diet and nutrition in general. Why not look at, like, say, building a website all about the brilliant, I don't know, the brilliant powers of coconut oil, or maybe it can be all about alternative bread recipes that don't require wheat. Or maybe it can be something that's all about veggie noodles. You know, just focus in on the sub niche, and then you can just ramp it up and do really well out of it. Actually, speaking of sub niches, because this didn't make my 10 here, but it's a niche that I have done over 7 figures in sales in, and that's dog training. And one of my top students is doing over $2,000 every week from one single breed of dog. Just one breed of dog. You know, so he didn't just go into dog training in general. He niched it down to a single breed. And there are over 600 breeds of dogs. There's Chihuahuas, there's Golden Retrievers, Fox Terriers, Bulldogs, Poodles. There's just so many out there. German Shepherds. And he just did one breed. And then eventually, his goal is to double it again first, and then eventually he'll go and do another breed, and then another breed later, and go from there. But for now, he's trying to see how much he can do out of the one breed before trying to, you know, move on to anything too generic. So, you know, so that's really good. I know that when I was in dog training, and I still am to a degree, but I've sold some of my shares on my dog training website, I focus on dog problems like aggression, barking, chewing, digging, just all about dog problems, and that worked really well for me. So just a couple of tips there. Okay, here's a couple more of my favorite niches. Make money online / internet marketing. So that's where I teach people how to make money online. All right, and I give a lot of marketing tips and advice. This is what I'm doing with you guys right now. It's a great niche to be in, but if you're an absolute newbie, I usually recommend that people get themselves making at least some money online first in another niche, so that they're not teaching the wrong stuff if they are going to be teaching anything. And don't make your own products in that niche until you're actually making money online, because I see too many people out there that, I mean, I was making money online for 7 whole years. I'd made well over 7 figures online before I started teaching it. Now, I'm not saying you have to wait till you've made 7 figures online before you start teaching it in your own course, but I think that it should be at a level where you really know that you know your stuff, and you know that you're capable of helping people do well. Until then, what I recommend people do is they start by just blogging about what they're already doing. So you don't claim to be an expert. You set up a blog. You call it something like johnsmarketingblog.com or something like that, and then you go ahead and once a week you do a blog post. Maybe you build a Facebook page as well so that you can Facebook about it, and you just build up an audience slowly. And what you do is you blog about the things that you do know really well. Like you've tried something, you've got it on, like maybe you've put up your first YouTube video, then you could just do a blog post about it. You know, or maybe you've learned how to, you know, every time you learn something little, you just do a little blog post about it. But then sooner or later, over the course of the year, you've got 30, 40, 50 blog posts up there, and you've got a little audience there. Maybe, you know, maybe 1,000 people are now on your list. And then you're ready to start sort of promoting other people's products as an affiliate. And you can go from there. But any time you want, you can be promoting other people's products as an affiliate. It's more just, I just don't like getting having people think they need to be a false guru. I don't believe in that. I believe in, you know, but as an affiliate, you could be saying, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. You don't have to say you're a newbie, but you should say this is what I'm doing that works. But you only teach what works, and you just put it up for free on your blog. But then you promote really good. If you see a good program that works well for you, then you promote it and you earn great commissions, and that can work really well. I've seen several of my students do really well in the make money online niche by following this strategy. So they get themselves making money from their other jetpacks, but they teach stuff on their make money online blog at the same time, and then sooner or later they start growing that list too, and then they're making good money in both those niches, in doing and teaching. Wholesale sourcing and supplying, or / physical product marketing tips. Now, some people really love sourcing and selling physical products online. In fact, I even do a little bit of that myself on Amazon and so forth. Now, it's a good niche to be in. It's really, really good. People are often trying to find sources and suppliers, and there are a few good products that teach this sort of stuff, or either about how to find wholesale sources and suppliers, like salewho.com, or physical product marketing tips like Amazon Selling Machine and other type things, where they teach you how to sell your own private label physical products. And a lot of money's being made in that particular niche. I know one of my staff members, Sarah, who some of you may know from our members forum, she's doing really well in that niche now. She got into it recently, and sometimes she'll just send out a promotion and make things like $5,000. I mean, it's pretty good for one of my staff members to do that, and maybe she'll be making so much money she might not be working for me this time next year. Who knows? I don't know, but she's doing well in this niche, and I know a lot of other people are too. And I have done really well in this niche too myself. By the way, over the years, over 7 figures since I started in that niche in the year 2006. I think I started affiliating in that niche and done really well there too. So that rounds out my top 10. But there are other great niches out there, and as you saw, there's a lot of ways to find them too. Now I want to look at email marketing. I'm going to teach you guys how to write emails that convert really highly. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and I'll just write an email in front of you guys. Okay? I did this on a webinar yesterday, in fact, on a private webinar, and people seem to like seeing how my mind works when I'm promoting a product in a different niche. So I'm just going to do that in front of you guys, and you guys can follow along with me. Okay, now I was promoting a product because basically, like last Sunday, I promoted a product in the dating niche. Right, there's a product called the Drama Method. Okay, and it's a product for women. I'll just type that in so you remember. It's for women, and it's on how to make him desire and love you more. And the mechanism is by creating lots of the right kind of drama. Okay, right, that's what it is. And I think it was $1,300 in commissions from a single email that I sent out last Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to show you what my thinking is when I write an email on that kind of topic line to the dating niche, but then I'm going to explain to you again how it all works and why I've written it this way. So I'd go in with a subject line first. Let's see. What drama makes him desire and love you more? Or I could go in with more curiosity and say subject. What little known? I could say this is counterintuitive, but he'll love you for it. Or I could say subject. This secret will make him love you more. ... I'll go with the third one for now. What drama makes him desire and love you more? So I'll say, hi, first name. I hope you're having a great weekend. Okay, because let's imagine it's been sent out on the Sunday. Okay, in this case. Otherwise, you can just leave that out. I've got something really incredible to share with you today. It's a short presentation created by relationships book author Patrick, I can't remember his last name, so I'll leave it at that. And inside he shares ... an incredibly powerful secret that will make any man love you more, desire you more, and want to do nice things for you. Follow this link. How to create the right kind of drama to make him love you forever. There we go. You're probably wondering, what? Drama? How does drama help? I thought men hated drama. Well, yes and no. You see, they hate the standard bad mouth, gossip type drama that just drains him and makes him feel bad. But if you're one of those special women who knows the secret to creating the right kind of drama in your life, wow, you'll be amazed at what happens next. Follow this link, don't miss this. This secret will make him love you forever. Enjoy. Kind regards. Name. P.S. You will be shocked and amazed the very first time you try this secret. Go here to discover it. Okay, now let's analyze this email. I want to know, I'm going to check out the Q&A box, see what you guys are saying. Okay, someone says seriously, not everyone's going to like this stuff, that's fine. Some people say too long. Okay, fair enough. But actually, it's not that long, to be honest, for an email written to women. Remember, they can click any one of these links. They might just read to there and click. They may read to there and click. I know the audience of women. It's actually quite a short email, really. And then they may read to there and click. It's quite provocative, yes. It's relevant to the niche. Now, the key things that go through my head when I'm writing this kind of email, one is I've seen the video sales letter, so I know what it's about. So I know what promises are in that video sales letter. So that's why I know what promises to give here, because they match up with the promises that are in the video sales letter. So you've got to know what promises are being given, otherwise they're not going to buy it anyway when they get there. So you've got to match those up. Okay, so you've got to have a lot of relevancy too. You've got to know your audience. So I know my audience, I know the kind of things that they like, and I know them because in this particular niche, I've been in it for a long time, and I've run surveys to my list. Like once you've got a list of, say, 1,000 people, you may want to run a survey and put a whole lot of put a whole lot of questions in there just to find out some things about your audience, like what do they want most in a man, or if it was women looking for men, or you can get a really good idea from that. Anyway, you can learn a lot about your audience. And I know also, you've got to remember, you are not the target market. Even if you're a woman on this webinar, because I heard some people saying, they may not be someone that would click on this. Fine. Or some say, like, it's too long for me. That's fine. But you are not your target market. You are not. Okay? You might think you are, but you're not. The target market is people that buy regularly in this niche. Okay? Like, I know that there are some people that will buy on a whim. That's fine. But most people that buy are not just like you. Because I know this because, I can make a lot of money from any offer if just 1% of the people that open the email buy the product. So maybe, of the people that open the email, maybe 33% of them click through to the offer, and of those people, maybe 3% of them buy the product when they get there. So that's 1% of the people that open the email buy the product. 1 in 100. There's a 99% chance that you are not thinking like that 1% person that bought. Okay, 99% chance, right? So you can't, because people often get too caught up in the whole, I'm marketing to me. I don't think like this, therefore that wouldn't work on me, therefore I will write it differently. And you've got to start to think, no, I've got to learn to write in a way that actually works. And when you write, more emails that you write and you send and you see the open rates and the click rates on those emails, the more you learn what works and what doesn't, and then you wind up writing in a certain way because you know, well, if I write like this, then I get more clicks and more opens and more sales. And you start to learn how it all works. Okay? That's why it's good, though. Any one of you that's already a fellow Jetpack member, we've already written all these emails for you, so you don't even have to learn how to write them. The whole 1 year's autoresponder sequence is done. So that's good. Or you can rework them and learn from the emails that have been written. It's totally up to you, or you can leave them as is. Now, the things that go through my mind writing this sort of an email. Firstly, not every email is a promotion. That was a promotional email. That is not, say, an email that contains lots of content. So a different kind of email would have a whole article with maybe 5 tips in it or something like that. This is an email designed to get people to click and then go and buy. So relevancy, know your audience, and be relevant also to the page you're going to send them to. Because there's no point me getting, say, 5 times the people opening, but then I send them somewhere and it's not quite relevant. I'm not getting the right people. That doesn't work quite well enough. Like, I could easily have an email that said, the opening line could be 5 phrases that make him giddy for you. And you might get a whole lot of people opening it, and then you say all these 5 different phrases that they can say that will help their relationship and make him love you forever. But then they go and click through to the video sales letter, and it's got nothing to do with talking to men. It's all to do with this drama method thing. And that relevancy, if you don't, even though I may have got more opens on the email from that other thing that wasn't quite relevant, if you don't follow that relevancy through to the product, you don't make as many conversions. So that is very important. Secondly, curiosity. You can't just say, or you can, but you'll make half the sales if you just go with the bland style. Let's say if I could have easily gone and said, subject line could have been, how to make him desire you more. And then it could have said something like, I've got something great to share with you. It's a short presentation made by relationships author Patrick. This will teach you how to make him desire you more. Click here for the secret. And then you carry on. And it'll work, it'll make sales. But the fact that I created curiosity by using something counterintuitive, which I grabbed from the video sales letter, which is drama, using the right kind of drama, well, that's what gets more clicks and more people buying, because they're like, oh, this is different. This is different to. I'm breaking my paradigm a little bit here, and that's what that curiosity is from what I call this hook, the drama method. All right, so the drama method is the hook. Like in the weight loss niche, a hook might be the cabbage soup diet, for instance, or in the dog training niche. There's regular dog training, and then there's dog training that's focused only on stopping dog behavioral problems, the specialized, or there's clicker training, Or, there's dog whispering. I'm just saying there's different hooks that can, and it works in every niche too. So you want to make sure there's curiosity, a hook, a big promise. I've already shown you what that was, make him love and desire you more and stuff like that. And then your regular email sequence now should have good content regularly so that they do want to open your emails. They're not only promotions. So you do maybe half your emails might be promotions and the other half may be good content. And then consistency is the next thing. Make sure that you're consistent in the way you write your emails. Like, I remember like trying to teach this to one of my students once, where they were wondering why, when they started sending promotions to their list, they said, "Oh, my list doesn't like promotions." And I said, I think that's because you start your sequence, you don't promote anything, and then all of a sudden, after 2 months, you promote something. But if you promote something every second email or something like that, then people just get used to it. The people that don't like it, they jump off your list within 7 days of being on your list. So you'll lose a third of your subscribers in the first week. But because you're being consistent, those that stay subscribed, they're used to it. They're the people that like seeing offers. They're the people that are, in that percentage of people that just like seeing offers, and then you're good to go, because you want to build a list of people that they like getting content and they like looking at offers. People that don't like looking at offers, that are offended by it, you kind of want them off your list anyway. That's not the kind of list you're trying to build. All right? So Paul says, what would happen if you provided the reader with a valuable tip of high quality followed by an invitation to see more such tips? That works really well. That works really well, but it doesn't work as well as a hard sell email like what I just showed you. So what you do is you make maybe half of your emails are like that. Half of them are like that, where you're just providing high quality information and then you have a click to see more kind of thing. And then the other half may be more like what I just wrote, where you're just trying to build curiosity and get people to click through. All right, so I'll carry on. Sorry if I haven't got to your question. I just want to carry on with the presentation. Then I will take questions at the end. Did you guys enjoy this, though, seeing me actually do it in front of you guys? Because I know it's slow, me writing a whole email in front of you. So I'm really interested, maybe if you type in the Q&A box. All right, I definitely had one person say no first up, and now I'm getting a whole lot of yeses. Interesting. So one no, now I'm getting a couple of dozen yeses, another no. Okay, well, I can't please everybody, but it looks like over 90% of you liked it. Okay, I said no way, it was awesome. Someone said, all right, well, good to know. Okay, I'm going to carry on. With this. Yeah, it's a different way of doing it, because I know that it was a bit sort of waffly, me teaching like that, but I think for some of you guys it's probably quite important and timely. All right, so some of you guys may have seen this, some of you guys haven't. That's why I want to go over this, because my 6-step method, in fact, I'll show you an example of a web page first, so you just see what I do. Like I send people to opt-in pages like this, meetyoursuite.com/7secrets. Okay, like I get over 1,000 opt-ins a day through paid traffic to this and through free traffic to this. Okay, and well, currently I do anyway. I've ramped it up really, really well. I'm not expecting you to get over 1,000 opt-ins a day. I'm just saying that it's going really, really well now. And you know what? The way I make money is simply by following up with people with my autoresponder sequence, a sequence of carefully crafted emails that are, half of them are promotional based emails and half of them are emails that sell something. Half of them are promotional emails and half of them are emails that have a lot of great content in them. And even the content emails, there's a little link at the end that, for people that want more, to want to go buy something that's relevant to that email. Okay? So that's an example of an opt-in page. I've got many of them in many different niches. If I go to dogobedienceadvice.com, share one more example. So this is an affiliate site. If people go to any one of these articles, then they can scroll down and you'll see that there's an opt-in box here giving away 7 biggest mistakes and what to do instead with obedience training for dogs. then people sign up to the plus they get the newsletter series as well, as it says there. Anyway, those are just a couple of quick examples. I'll carry on though with this. Okay, so what I do is I choose a profitable niche, preferably a big and proven niche, and I choose good quality products to promote that have great payouts and high conversion rates. Create a free report that is super high quality. Build a website containing free content, maybe 20 articles. You don't have to. You can even do it with a one-page website if you're willing to drive paid traffic. But if you want to drive free traffic, then you'll want to have some articles up there so that you can maybe build a Facebook page and post your articles through your Facebook page and get likes and shares and try and build up some traffic. Or you can do it through search engine optimization or other forms of marketing. Can be really helpful having some articles on your site. It's not essential, but it can be helpful. Then you build a squeeze page or an opt-in page to promote your offer. Then you create a strong follow-up newsletter sequence, one that keeps subscribers happy with solid content, yet is monetized well with soft sells in your content emails and occasional hard sells like the email example I showed you. And then you just drive traffic to your opt-in page and then reinvest. And that is the big key to making lots of money, is that reinvestment. A lot of people spend too much, like they get themselves making, say, $200 a week, and they just bank it. And they say, oh, I can just do it all myself. And they procrastinate, and then they don't get round to it. And then they just take a lot longer than people that just take the $200 and they say, you know what, I'm aiming to make $2,000 a week, not 200. So I've made 200, I'm just going to put it back in. I'm going to buy maybe some Facebook traffic or some other form of traffic like solo ads or something. I was just going to drive more people to my opt-in page, and I'm going to wait till I'm making more money before I start actually cashing out. I usually try to teach people to wait till you're making maybe $1,000 a week if you can hold off that long, and then you put half into reinvesting and half into your own bank, and then you go from there, and then you can keep all the profit from there and just be spending, a little bit of money on your own business. But that's the key. You want to get to a point where money makes money. You all probably heard the saying, you've got to spend money to make money. Well, that's a good example of it. You get to the point where your business is just naturally spending a few $100s a week while you're making maybe $1,000 a week, at some point. Okay, the problems though. Problems you may face in trying to implement the 6-step method. 1, choosing a profitable niche. We've had a look at that in this webinar, but it's not easy for everybody, or some people just can't make a decision. Finding the right products in that niche to affiliate to. The right ones and with good payouts and great conversion rates, and knowing which ones to promote in which order, and then putting together high quality content for your list can be time consuming, and it can be costly, and it's often a cause for procrastination among would-be successful marketers. And then monetizing your list effectively using words that sell and sequences that sell. Not everyone finds it easy to write the kinds of emails that I showed you guys just before. You can learn this stuff. I teach this stuff to my students as well, but it's not super straightforward and easy, and it does take time. And then there are technical skills involved, like setting up an autoresponder, setting up a squeeze page, and so forth. Some people find it easy, but a lot of people don't. So those are some obvious problems. And then there's driving traffic. How do you drive traffic to your opt-in pages? So there's those problems that you may face. So that's where Affiliate Jetpack comes in. A lot of you guys may have heard of this already. And that's our comprehensive solution that my team and I have created, which allows you to build these kinds of money magnets without the problems I just mentioned. Most people manage to build their first Affiliate Jetpack site in less than 10 minutes thanks to our software and system. Now, it takes at least maybe 3 to 4 hours to customize it. So you're talking about 4 hours, so 10 minutes to get your site online, and then you've got to go in and customize it and so forth from there. I'm talking about people that have never built a website before in their life, managing to get their first website online so quickly and having such a great follow-up series, one that we've done for them. It's incredible, which you'll find out in a minute. So to me, if you want to build these kinds of money magnets, this is the ultimate solution. So first, I want you to know I'm not just going to show you how to do it anymore. I'm not going to just tell you what to do and leave it there. I'm going to provide you with most of the work done for you so that you can get your first true Money Magnet website online in less than 4 hours. As far as I know, this is unlike anything else anybody is offering. It's a truly all-in-one like you've never experienced before. It's the fastest way to make money online. It's the proven system that works almost on autopilot, allowing you to cash in from anywhere in the world at any time, and will keep you working even if you don't touch it for months. It's an almost 100% turnkey solution that still allows enough flexibility to keep it from being cookie cutter so you can grow and grow your earnings, all with no experience required. Okay, so here's what each member of Affiliate Jetpack receives. You get full access to my Affiliate Jetpack money-making community, including a place to get your websites critiqued, hand-holding, high-quality support, and more. Now, for some of you guys, I know not all of you guys are going to join from this webinar, but I know some of you guys, this is the logical next step. This is logically what you guys need right now for your marketing. I know that I would have jumped on a program like this if it was, in fact, I would probably still buy a program like this if it was available. You know, even now, if someone else actually made something like this, because I could always, you know, take it even further. You know, it's a really incredible website. Now, I'll show you what are the components. All right, so it's designed to help make you a lot of money in the easiest and fastest way possible. You get not just one, you get five 1-year autoresponders. We've got 18 niches to choose from, including the 10 that I mentioned, plus more. So you've got weight loss, make money online, dating advice for women, dating advice for men, dog training, personal development, save relationship, spirituality, diet and nutrition, wholesale sourcing and supplying. We've got how to sing. We've got survivalist niche, green energy, Hawaii travel, and more. You get 90 plus carefully crafted emails per autoresponder sequence that are timed to go out over the course of a year. You just plug in your affiliate ID and you're good to go. If you don't have an affiliate ID, you just push a button inside our members area and it takes you to ClickBank, and it takes 30 seconds to get one. And we've created a push button setup of your whole autoresponder sequence. You don't have to cut and copy and paste every single one of these emails into your sequence. If you just press a button, it's all done for you. Just an example what it might look like. Let's say you're in the self-help niche. These are just some examples. There's more emails than this in the first 23 days, by the way. These are just a quick snapshot example of some of the emails. Like on day 1, your free report is ready. On day 3, how the law of attraction really works. On day 13, you've got how to attract your dream relationship. On day 23, how to stamp out negativity fast. Weight loss niche, you've got, say, on day 3, 5 quick ways to stop junk food cravings. On day 22, you see we've got 7 common mistakes that make you fat. So these are newsletters that are a combination of high quality content in some of these emails, and some of them are just straight out promotions, and they are designed to make you money promoting products that convert very well to sales. So how much would it cost to do it yourself? Well, you've seen me make one in front of you guys. Most people would charge you at least $20 per email to write these sort of emails for you. In fact, marketers would charge more like $100 an email. So but let's say it's $20 an email, or even your own time is worth at least that. Then for 90 emails, it's $1,800. But you're not just getting one, you're getting 5 of these jetpacks. So that's $9,000 value. And in fact, most of the jetpacks have more than 100 emails in the sequence, so it's worth even more. So the do-it-yourself cost is about $9,000. Okay? But I'm not going to charge you $9,000, of course, but I'm just letting you know so I can reiterate what the value is here. Okay, Francisco Brevort says, I first got started online thanks to Mark and his training, and since then I've built several top performing sites in different niches. I managed to build a new home, pay it off completely, and build another new home during that time, and I couldn't recommend Mark's Affiliate Jetpack any more highly. Component number 2, 15 reports plus graphics. So for those of you that have been wondering, how do I get a free report to give away? Well, we give you 15 of them. You can choose any one of them. You get to choose up to 5 different niches, and in each niche you'll get 3 different reports per niche. So it's nice and easy, and it's press a button and it's all set up to be easily given away anyway. You don't really need to know the technical side. There's nothing technical because we make it easy. Any of these reports, you can reword them, rebrand them, do whatever you want with them. They're very high quality. This is not traditional private label rights quality. It's much, much higher than that. And some people will take, say, a report on how to be the alpha dog, and they'll change it and call it, say, how to train German Shepherds, or how to stop behavioural problems in golden retrievers, or something like that. Like, you can change it. You can leave it as is, but you can change it to something completely unique if you wish to. So we've got them in every niche. Weight loss. One of them is 20 superfoods that will help you lose weight and live longer. Now you get to choose 3 reports per niche, 5 niches, 10,000 words each. High quality 2D and 3D ebook graphics included. Done for yourself. If you were to do it on the cheap, each report plus graphics would cost $420. And that would be $6,300 value. But I actually spent over $1,000 on each of these because I chose the highest quality writers to write them. And I was pretty picky with going back and forth to make sure that they were really good reports. So really, it costed me over $15,000 for 15 of these reports. But anyway, if you were to do it yourself on the cheap, it'd be about $420 each, and that's $6,300 value. So the total do-it-yourself cost of 5 one-year autoresponder sequences, 15 reports plus graphics, are 2 of the key components to building a money magnet to make great money online. It's $15,300 value. Tracy Schaffer says, I would and do recommend a Fillerama to other people because I'm tired of explaining to my friends and family how I make money on the internet. I really quite enjoy that I can work from anywhere and do. Component number 3, one-click website setup plus 1 year's free hosting. So for people that don't know how to build a website, we've made it super simple. So if you don't know how to get a website online, it doesn't matter. We've included a year's free hosting. You just log into our members area, you press the button that says build my website, then you press another button saying choose my domain name, and you go and choose a .com for your website, and then you're good to go. You've got your website online. Then you just press another button and we set up your email address and autoresponder, and you're good to go. It's really simple. I've never seen anything like it. And if you prefer to host it yourself, that's fine too. You can just use our cutting-edge WordPress theme. So that's fine too. Either way, whichever way you want to go about it, we've made it super easy so that even somebody that has never built a website before, you can get your first website online tonight if you wish. So that's $193 value, including the 1 year's free hosting. So far, you've got 1 year autoresponder series, 15 reports plus graphics, one-click website, 1 year's free hosting, and you get all the training as well. And you get the hand-holding and so forth from our private members forum. Because I know some of you guys need a bit of extra hand-holding, so that's what that's there for. And we've got great support as well through our customer support team as well. I'm in the forum a lot, as you'll notice too. Plus, you get 100 content cheat sheets. So if you want to write articles for your website, it can be time consuming just doing the research for these articles, and that's where these cheat sheets come in handy. So if you want to write posts to go up on Facebook, say, to get shared, or if you want to write articles for your website for search engine reasons, or whatever your reasons are for wanting to make some content, maybe you want to make a brand new free report, and that's where these cheat sheets come in handy. They are done for you market research. There's a lot of bullet points of information in any one of these cheat sheets on a particular topic. Like, let's say one of them might be on how to stop dogs from digging. There might be 15 different bullet points on how to stop dogs from digging. And you could just write an article now from those bullet points on how to stop golden retrievers digging, or 7 ways to stop dogs from digging. So you could take 7 of those 15 different ways, and you could just reword them and chuck it up as your own article that still says something useful. Most people find they can just write articles in less than 20 minutes that still says something useful, And that's the handy thing about these cheat sheets. Okay, so they save you a lot of time, or your article writers, if you're getting someone else to do it for you, saves a lot of time in writing articles. You don't have to write any articles, of course, with Affiliate Jetpack, but if you wish to, then we've made it a lot easier. That's $2,000 value if you value each of these at $20 each. So all up, that's $17,493 do-it-yourself cost value. But, of course, if you've been on any of the previous webinars this week, since we've reopened Affiliate Jetpack, it is not $17,493. Other people would normally sell products that are worse than this on the stage for $5,997, and they're not even as good or as comprehensive. But it's not that. I was told by a lot of internet marketers this should be a $3,000 program, but it's not that, and it's not even $2,000. You'll notice that if you go to the regular sales page for Affiliate Jetpack, since we reopened the doors, and the doors are about to close very shortly, by the way, we're almost at capacity again. But you'll notice that on the regular sales page, for everyone else, for a limited time, it's just $997. But because you're on this webinar right now, I've got a webinar-only exclusive, so it's going to be even cheaper than that. I'll let you know about that in a second. So that's $17,493 value. But I've got a two-part money-back guarantee. I've got the same money-back guarantee everybody gives, which is a 60-day, well, in fact, a lot of people do 30-day, but we've got a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you are not happy with your purchase for any reason at all, then just send us an email and we'll give you your money back. All right? I only want to have, successful students in here, so it's no problem. If you want your money back, that's fine. We'll give you your money back. All right? But if you want your money back plus $100 on top, then you've just got to show me that you've at least tried to make it work. So if this doesn't work for you, I will give you your money back plus $100 out of my own pocket on top. Now, the only reason I can do that is because I know full well that my system works, and I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. I know that most other people will not be willing to do that sort of thing for their programs. I'm willing to offer $100 on top of your money back, because I know full well that if you implement this and follow my training, that it will work. Okay? But to claim that, you have to just show me that you've at least implemented the system. Otherwise, you just get your regular money back. But if you want the 100 on top, then simply show me that it hasn't worked. Okay. Now, you're also going to get early mover bonus number 1, top secret traffic strategies workshops, $497 value. And it's where I teach you guys how to drive traffic to these Affiliate Jetpack sites, whether it be Facebook traffic, media buys, YouTube, SEO, buying solo ads, other forms of free traffic. Whatever traffic strategies you're interested in, I teach a lot of these in detail, all of these ones I just mentioned in detail inside my top secret traffic strategies. I've had people tell me that it was worth joining just to get their hands on these alone. So if traffic is your sticking point, then you really should be joining this program. And this is absolutely fantastic value there. You'll also get Affiliate Blueprint. This is my step-by-step training on how to become a super affiliate millionaire. And it is normally $197, and you're getting version 3.0 of it, the latest version, and that's included as an early mover bonus because you're on this webinar. Now, Aidan Booth said, I purchased Affiliate Blueprint back in 2008. He sent this letter last year, by the way. He said, I purchased Affiliate Blueprint back in 2008, and it was one of the turning points in my internet marketing dream. Within a few short weeks of making my investment, I was already making money. Fast forward to 2014, and the sites I set up using Mark Ling's method are still making money every single week, and I never touched them. This is as hands-off as it gets. The largest commission I've earned so far from an affiliate promotion has been $224,000 in a single week. And I regularly make upwards of $50,000 from affiliate promotions. Mark Ling's email marketing strategies and system here are amazing. If you want to make great money online, Mark's products are a great place to start. Now, he sent that last year, and that was... and that was from him going through Affiliate Blueprint version 1. You're getting Affiliate Blueprint version 3 plus Affiliate Jetpack, which is a much more high-powered program to help. So you're getting all of this combined. Like, it's a really comprehensive money-making system here. And there's more. The webinar only surprise bonus. If you join from this webinar, I'm going to give you a special link where you're going to get in for $747. Now, we are getting very close to capacity. We've got less than 100 spots left now. So just to let you know, we are probably going to be closing the doors, possibly even by the end of this webinar, but at the very least, it's going to be closed within days from now at the very latest. At the very least, I would recommend that you strongly consider it right now before the doors close. Okay, and you're also going to get, for those of you that have typed in earlier in the webinar saying that you're interested in making and selling your own products, well, I teach you that too. That's inside the product, the $5 million code. So if you want to make and sell your own info products, take things to the next level like I do, then that's where that's going to come in handy. And I teach you guys in detail, how to write high quality copy that sells. So you know how to write video sales letters, written sales letters, how to get your website set up. You get to watch me build a website in front of you, actually. You get to see how to get more affiliates to promote your offers, and all sorts of things is taught inside here. It's the logical next step after you get yourself making some really good money with Affiliate Jetpack. So there's that as well. So that's all up. The early mover bonuses for this webinar, if you are to join during this webinar, you're going to also get Top Secret Traffic Strategies Workshops, Affiliate Blueprint version 3, a further $250 discount, and the $5 million code. So all up, that's including the 5-year, 1-year autoresponder sequence, 15 reports plus graphics, 1-click website setup, 1 year's hosting, 100 content cheat sheets, plus all the early mover bonuses. Okay, I've got the link on the screen, affiliarmor.com/affiliatejetpack/discount. That is the link. I'm just going to type into the Q&A box, into the chat window, sorry, where the that link as well, in case you want to get it right now before they're gone. And then I'm going to carry on and take questions about anything I've covered during this webinar. Okay, there we go. So I've typed that in. And I'm just going to expand this window as well. Okay, so I know that a lot of people have typed in questions already, but I might ask you to retype them back in again because they've sort of scrolled off the screen, and I'm just going to go work through them one by one as I can. I've got Kadri saying, how soon after people opt into my list should I start promoting affiliate offers to them without annoying them? I would say straight away, because the kind of person that is annoyed at you for promoting an affiliate offer is not the kind of person you want on your list. So if you lose 30% of your subscribers in the first 3 days, that's fine. That's exactly what you want. You want the people to stay subscribed that want these sort of promotions and relevant promotions, okay? So that actually is good. It's a good way of weeding the wrong people out, and you end up making good money right away from your list, which is very, very important with your list. Okay, so I just want to welcome along Morris, Paul, Suresh, and Gillian. Welcome on board. I noticed you guys have joined already. Great to see you in here. Oh, Jackson Lynn. Some of you guys that I know are Affiliate members, Affiliate Jetpack members already, you may have recognised Jackson Lynn's name on the forum. And he said, I first got started with Mark Ling's Affiliate Blueprint product and later Affiliate Jetpack. Thanks to what I learned there, I've managed to travel the world, including New Zealand, Asia, and America. I love affiliate marketing and have made a lot of money online. I'm now financially free and can do what I want when I want. This is awesome. Thanks so much. Now, he's in the dating niche and he's just getting into the survivalist niche, and he's doing incredibly well. He's flown out to shake my hand here in New Zealand. He flew out here to meet me, and he's even flown out to Las Vegas to meet me when I was there as well. So, and he's doing extremely well now, which is fantastic. So anyway, there's the link on the screen again, affiliarmor.com/affiliatejetpack/discount. Make sure you get in before the doors close, and certainly make sure that you claim your special exclusive discount right here. Now, Erwin says, hi Mark, is there a recommended technique in finding a profitable sub-niche? Well, one technique that I use is I just visit Amazon.com and I look at I look at their product categories, and I look at, say, weight loss, and I look at the categories that they've got, and then I get ideas for the sub niches that I can go into. And the same goes for just about any niche that you can think of. You can just look up those categories there in Amazon. That is one really, really good way. Another way is to look on Facebook and look at the different Facebook groups that are out there and look at the sizes of those groups. And you can type in your ideas and you can see how many different people are liking those particular sub-niched areas, and you can get some ideas from that too. So I hope those help. Those little tips help. Certainly you can look at what people are searching for in the search engines too. No, we don't have a payment plan. It's a one-time payment. We were going to sell this for $1,997. Then I decided to sell it for $997. So the payment plan was going to be 3 payments of $747, but we changed it to just 1 payment of $747. So that's at afilloarmor.com/afillojetpack/discount. Okay, Joe says, is this being recorded? Yes, I'll mail out the replay either tomorrow or the next day. Greg says, how big was your list when you made your first online commission? Actually, I had no list, all right? And I was wasting a lot of visitors, okay? So I got myself building a website, driving traffic to it, through free marketing methods, stuff I teach you guys all in the Fellow Jetpack members area. And I made my first sale from that, but I was making one in every 1,000 or 1 in every 2,000 visitors were buying something. My conversion rates were so low, but I didn't know they were low. I thought that was good. I had no idea what's good and what's bad then. But since doing email marketing and actually capturing leads and being able to remarket to the same people over and over again, because a lot of people don't buy the first time they see an offer. They buy the second or the third or the 7th time. So thanks to email marketing, I more than doubled. I added 200% on, so I tripled what I was earning within 90 days of doing email marketing. It happened that fast. And then I expanded things from there. So email marketing made a tremendous difference to me the moment I got started. But no, I didn't have a list when I first started. Okay. I've got guys asking, how do I build a mailing list? And I almost forgot to teach that stuff in more detail. So I want to cover some of that now. Okay, so I'll cover some stuff on how to build a mailing list. Now, write this down. Okay, write down a list of a few places here. All right, because there's a few places you can buy traffic from, or you can drive free traffic, and then I'll get into a little bit of detail on those because I think it's a good question. Facebook is, that's gold. All right, so I jot that one down. Facebook. Then there's Amazon Kindle books. So there's these little 30-page Amazon Kindle books that you can just put up, list, keyword optimize them, and you'll make a few sales from them, but you'll also get some good leads from them that will opt in. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. There's obviously search engine optimization. There's so I jot that down as another one. YouTube, it's another place you can get traffic from. I teach that in detail in my members area. I'll give you an example from Facebook. Let's have a look. How do I build traffic in Facebook? Well, if I go to www.google.com. I'll just type, I'll look up one of my other Facebook pages, Facebook, Manifestation Miracle. Now, not everyone that likes your Facebook page is going to join your list, okay, so don't aim for that, but you'll manage to get us certainly a number of them across to your list. So I've got 77,978 likes, okay, and some of them will click this link here. Download your complimentary manifestation breakthrough kit. So they click there, they visit this page here, and they're opting in. All right, there you go. So, and then if they leave, they get a recommendation for an affiliate product. If they aren't going to opt in, I may as well promote something to them, right? So there's that. But also there's there are other ways to get opt-ins as well. Like, for instance, someone might click on one of our articles and then they'll see an opt-in here, right? And they'll opt in there. Or they'll close that, they'll read an article, and then they'll opt in from a link down the side here. You know, there's other ways of getting opt-ins too. Some people will simply, sometimes I'll just push a post out there that's just goes straight to the opt-in page. I'm just scrolling down so I can show you an example once I can find one. I may have scrolled past one, I'm not sure. Actually, I'll scroll back, see if I can see one. I must have gone past one. If not, then I'll just have to leave it. But I should have an example in here somewhere. No, maybe not. Okay. Sometimes, anyway, I'll send directly to... yeah, I mustn't have an example right here, but sometimes I'll just send directly to an opt-in page in here as well. Like, I'll just go directly to a free gift, and that's another way you can do it. So... There's numerous ways anyway. The best way is usually just sending them to an article on your website and then having a popover that shows your opt-in gift once they get there. That's really, really handy. So Facebook, that's one method. I'll put up that link again, and then I'll teach you another traffic method. Okay, so it's affiliorama.com/affiliatetpack/discount. Okay, so welcome Troy, Thomas, Bruce. Great to see you guys here, and I'll carry on teaching you this another method. If I go to www.amazon.com, I will take more questions soon, guys. I just wanted to make sure I covered this because I almost neglected to cover it, and that's important. You know, there's loads of traffic methods. That's where my top secret traffic strategies workshops come in handy, because I teach this in a lot more detail. I'm only showing you sort of the quick detail here, you know, because otherwise I'll be here for hours. But you know, full detail obviously in the members area, and you can get some good ideas from what I'm teaching here. So you can put up Amazon Kindle books like What Men Really Want. This is an example of one of mine in the dating niche. See, it's had a lot of downloads, a lot of reads, and if I click on it, inside here you give away a free gift. Here we go. Exclusive bonus content for readers of What Men Really Want. And they go to click there and they opt in to my list on this page here. Even people that haven't bought the book, who are just browsing it, go ahead and opt in. That's what's great about that. Another friend of mine did it with a book that he wrote in an afternoon, Make Him Beg to Be Your Boyfriend. Okay, he wrote this in an afternoon. He's got more downloads and sales of this book than I've got in mine, and mine's a longer book. And 30 pages. It's just 30 pages. In fact, it's actually only about 15 pages in Microsoft Word. It's about 30 Kindle pages, and that's a, you know, a small size. So, you know, really short, but he managed to write it, put it out there, and he's got a bonus in here. So he makes, not only does he make $3 a sale from the book, but he's got this bonus here. That's where he makes the majority of his money, from building his list. So you click there and you go straight to an opt-in page right there. Okay, so that's the Amazon Kindle method. I hope you guys think that's a cool method. I teach that in more detail in my program, but I think that for some of you guys, you'll know how to run with that from what I've just shown you. Okay, so I better carry on looking at all these questions. Okay, I've had a few people asking about how. Okay, I'm getting a lot of help. Let's have a look. I'm just having a look at the questions people are typing in. Okay, all right. I'm getting a lot of people though asking, you know, what happens if these niches become competitive? You know, other people have these jetpacks. Other marketers are promoting in these niches. You know, it's a good question. I usually try to look for the competitive niches myself, because some people underestimate how big the world is for a starter. Some people don't realize, like, we limit the number of students. That's part of the reason we limit the number of students. There's not as many students as what you might think in there. There won't be 50 other people promoting the same a jetpack, for instance, we've got a limited number of students, so or even if there are up to 50 people promoting the same jetpack, it's not actually that big a deal, because these are billion-dollar niches where over $1 billion a year is being spent in these niches. Okay, I've set up some of these Villa jetpacks myself and make money from them, and I've never had a single complaint from a subscriber saying, hey, I subscribed to someone else's list and it seems to be similar emails going out. People just haven't seemed to notice, or there's so many people in the world that they just don't happen to be on both lists. It's very unlikely that they do end up on both lists, and even if they do, they don't seem to notice or don't care. Now, the world these are billion-dollar niches, multi-billion-dollar niches. And most of you that are my students seem to come in with a unique strategy or a unique angle for your niche based on my training. So, if someone's doing golden retrievers and the other person's doing beagles, well, you're not really competing anyway. And even if you were, there's still a low chance that someone will end up on both lists. It's so it doesn't turn out to be a problem. I think a lot of people underestimate how big the world is. There are billions of people in the world. It's not like setting up a shop at your local shopping mall. There are a lot of people online. The amount of people, the sheer numbers and volumes is utterly, it's almost hard to comprehend. It's hard to comprehend the number of people on this webinar even. Several hundred people on a webinar right now. It does, like right now, I'm just sort of like standing here in my office delivering this webinar, and it's kind of, in some ways, it's no different to standing up on stage in front of a few hundred people. It's phenomenal that due to the power of the internet. And email marketing, how did you guys get here today? You are here today because you got sent an email. That's how powerful email marketing is. Like I knew who you are, what your preferences are. That's why I was able to write the right subject line and write copy for my email. And I taught you how to write copy during this webinar to get you guys here in the first place. Okay, and that's why you're here, and that's why I'm a good guy to learn email marketing from, because if I wasn't good at teaching this stuff, you would not be. If I wasn't good at doing this stuff, you would not be here right now. If I didn't know how to write copy that sells and converts and gets people to do stuff, you wouldn't be here right now. So that's why these methods, like, it's really important that you take good notes. And I'm doing it in a large number of niches, not just one niche. So, it's really, really amazing. Now, I'm gonna. Will you support, critique all of our? Yes, we do critique your websites. Absolutely. It's either no, we don't do phone support. No, it's all email based, and because we're based in New Zealand anyway, we're in a different time zone. Email based, and also mostly on the private members forum as well, because then when I critique someone's website, it gets to help other people as well. So if I critique someone's website and someone else might watch it and be like, oh yeah, I've got that problem with my site too. Oh good, I've seen the video, now I know what to do. And then otherwise I would have too many critiques that I cannot keep up. That's the problem. But by doing them on the members forum, people often watch 2 or 3 other people's critiques before they ask for one, so that so that you're asking questions that matter rather than questions that I've answered 100 times already. And that's helpful. I've had Erwin saying, if I join a fellow Jetpack, can I use my preferred WordPress themes with the system? Yes, you can. Absolutely. The autoresponder platform is Fluttermail that we use, but you can use your own one if you want. That's fine. No problems whatsoever. You can just plug it in to your own stuff. We just provided it all for people because I know some people have never set up a website before, so we tried to make it as easy as humanly possible. But honestly, if you're an intermediate marketer, you're probably already straight away seeing the value, and this is going to be huge for you. Like anyone that's at that level is just going to be making money hand over fist. Right. Someone says, what time is it in New Zealand? It's 3:17 p.m. here on Wednesday here. So I guess that makes it about 11:17 Eastern Standard Time, I guess. Um, Toby says, what size is your team? I'm just one person. What size team do you recommend to be earning $100,000 a month? I know some people that are a team of one that are making $100,000 a month. So it is possible, but they tend to work a lot, and that's not me. I actually hired my first staff member when I was making my first $150 per week online. I kept my part-time job and I carried on. I hired someone because I procrastinate a lot and I know I get bored easy. So I hired someone $10 an hour for 10 hours a week to be working, writing articles and stuff for me. Perhaps my little bit of inherent laziness was helpful because it meant that I scaled up faster. So I usually recommend that people don't hire that quickly, but definitely at some point, if you can do it all yourself, but it's up to you. I teach you guys how to hire and outsource to really high quality staff members for dirt cheap, like people that are in the Philippines and stuff that are high quality staff members. I teach you how to do that in the members area for those of you that are interested in hiring your own staff. So, that's up to you. Okay, so Erwin says, I bought a Filler Blueprint earlier this year, but I haven't done anything with it yet. Any advice? Well, my advice is to get started. Like the thing is, I can give you the blueprint, but if you don't follow it, then I can't there's not much I can do. Like Filler Jetpack, the great thing is a lot of the things in a Filler Blueprint that people say, oh, I just can't get around to doing it. Well, it's done for you in a Filler Jetpack. So if you can't be bothered setting up your autoresponder series, don't worry, just press a button and you're done. It's done. It's done for you. So that's why I made a Filler Jetpack, to make things so done for you that it removes a lot of the areas of procrastination that stop people from doing it. And it gets you up and running with a website designed to make you money so you can start learning about driving traffic and drive traffic and make money and just get moving. It's a really powerful, mostly done for you type system. Is this being recorded? Yes, it's being recorded. Replay, I hope to get it out tomorrow, but maybe the next day if it's not tomorrow. I'll do it. It'll be out soon though. Ex-Christchurch boy, I see someone, Peter's saying, grew up in Shirley, live in Brisbane. Oh, that's cool. Great to have you on board. Are there other costs involved? Yes, there are other costs involved. I'm going to charge you $10,000 to join. No, I'm just kidding. The other costs involved are, it costs about $12 per year for your domain name. So for a .com domain name, about $12 a year. We cover you with 1 year's free hosting. After that, you can either host it yourself through your own, or if you want to carry on with our website hosting, we charge you cost price, so we do not make a profit on it. It's about $60 a year. Okay, or $67 a year or something like that. It's not enough for us to make a profit, but it's enough for us to keep the free hosting thing going, or the hosting thing going. It's not free by then. It's free for the first year, and then it's $67 a year. The autoresponder, there'll be, whatever the costs are of the autoresponder service that you use, there's that cost as well. Or you can use Fluttermail, which we recommend. That is, I think it's something like $24 a month or something like that from memory, but it pales in comparison. Like, that is a necessary. Every internet marketer that I know over 100 millionaires on my Skype. Every single one of them has an autoresponder service. It's just part of being able to do business. So you need that. I do not get a cent from that. These are not, all of these, any extra costs are not costs that I earn any money from. They are just part of doing business. And it's well worth it, and it pales into insignificance compared to the amount of money that you make. So it's well worth it. So those are all the costs. So it's not really that high, really. I mean, it's very low, especially if you compared it to a physical product business where you've got to buy inventory and stuff. It's a lot cheaper than that. It's almost nothing when you compare it to that. So there's that. But that's one of the reasons why I don't have a payment plan. For anyone that finds it too expensive to spend say $24 to $25 a month to pay for their autoresponder, you know, it's not really the kind of students that I want to have. I need to have students that are capable of taking action and getting everything done, you know, which does come with like some minimal cost. They're actually, to me, it's very low. To run a whole business on, you know, $25 a month, that's pretty cheap, you know. And like I said, I don't get a cent from that. That's just a cost I couldn't avoid, all right? I don't get a cut or anything like that. We just built it in to work with Fluttermail because they were willing to provide us with API access and make it really easy. You know, that was the simple reason for it. But any autoresponder service you can use. You don't have to use Fluttermail. You can use any autoresponder service with this, and you can plug the emails in and it will work. Okay. Right. So Anne says, I'm selling well on Amazon. Oh, who else is selling on Amazon? Say yes or no, because I did something with this with Amazon yesterday, which I think you might find interesting. Is anyone else selling on Amazon? Not many, but a few. Okay, so we've got about 5 of yous, maybe. Okay, so what I did was I took one of my products here. I'll show you. Now, if I go to www.amazon.com, okay, so if I type twist and slice, I'll be further down the page because I've only had this product up there for a short time. Oh, I'm at the top. Oh, well, not sure how that happened, but maybe that's because it remembers my history. So anyway, twist and slice. So it's a vegetable spiralizer. This is a, you know, I rebranded a product that I bought wholesale and I'm selling it. Okay, it's quite a competitive niche, but it's still, I like going into competitive niches. It's what I do offline, so I decided to do the same with Amazon, and it seems to work quite well. And it's selling really well. I sold out my first 500 units, and now I'm on to my next 2,000 units. I'm selling about, on average, about 30 of them a day. But then I wrote an email to one of my personal development lists. Has absolutely nothing to do with spiral slices, not even to do with nutrition. It's just personal development. But I wrote an email and I tied it into personal development. And what I did was I just made the subject line, veggie noodles help. No, I wrote veggie noodles help you to live longer, ? And then I just basically wrote about the health benefits of veggie noodles, the negative points about pasta and while I said that in my email, I said I love regular pasta and noodles, but the problem is they contain gobs of carbohydrates from refined grains that break down into glucose. And in short, like eating a lot of pasta is like eating a lot of sugar. You know, it causes spikes in your blood sugar and so forth. I basically explained it, and then I wrote about how zucchinis, they're good for your heart because they contain potassium and all this. And so I wrote a content-based newsletter anyway. And I linked off to my spiral slicer, and I sold 120 of them already. That was from an email that went out yesterday. So it really helped boost my sales along. And for any of you guys that do sell products on Amazon, you'll know that boosting your sales along doesn't mean that you only sell what you sold from your email. It means that Amazon sees more sales coming through, and for some reason they push you up the marketplace, and then conversely from then on afterwards you're making a lot more sales. So it's really, really helpful. Really helpful. I was really surprised by that, but that's just another benefit of building a list. So if you're a physical product seller, building a list is really helpful because it can mean that you can give yourself little bumps. Now, if I'd built a list that was to do with health and nutrition and I'd mailed it to that instead, then it would have done a lot better. But the fact that even a bunch of people into personal development were keen to buy one of my veggie slices, well, you know, I thought that was pretty impressive. So make sure you join right now. I just want to check how many spots we have left. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, and last time when I closed the doors to Affiliate Jetpack, and they were closed for several months on end, I got a lot of complaints. And the reason why I have to close the doors is because there's only so many people's websites I could critique. So only so many people that I want to have in this program, because I want all you guys to be succeeding really, really well. I mean, it reflects well on me if you guys are doing really well. That's the thing. And because I make most of my money in other niches by doing what I teach, I prefer not to be overworked. I like to be able to offer what I believe to be the best customer support in the industry. I like to be able to offer that and keep to that, and that's why we limit the number of sales, and we close the doors regularly on the offer. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, so we've got enough left. We've still got 135 left. All right, still got 135 left. So we're likely to not sell out till at least tomorrow, or at least until the replay's gone out. So those people watching the replay, I'm guessing that this product is still live. You'll know when it's not, because the link will stop working. Okay, but it's not going to be far away from reaching capacity. At the very least, make sure you consider getting in now while we've still got the webinar only discount, the $250 off, and the other bonuses. So if you are going to join, you won't want to miss out on those. Now I'm just going to have a look in the Q&A box, see more questions. Someone says, I have Adam Short's Niche Profit Classroom. Does your program offer more? My program is perfectly complementary to Niche Profit Classroom. Niche Profit Classroom is largely focused on making and selling your own info product, and provides a lot of sort of done-for-you content there. This is focused more on affiliate marketing. So, and they go hand in hand. I mean, I make 60% of my money as an affiliate, and another 40% as a product seller too. So I think that they go very well together for a lot of reasons. And I think most of you guys, if you want to succeed online, you probably should be learning from 2 or 3 people. Not necessarily learning from 100 people, but it's really, really helpful if you do learn from at least 2 or 3. I know that's what I did. That's been my journey. I've had a few different people that I've learned from, not just one. And it means that you're able to plug a few gaps, enhance your learning further. There's just a lot of reasons for it. It's like someone wanting to learn how to do anything in life. You don't just have one person teaching you. Like, you don't just have one maths teacher your entire life, for instance. Or one person teaching you how to read, or anything. You have multiple people, and it can become easier learning that way. And other people just have more expertise that I don't have, but I teach you everything that I know, and that's what's good. Alright, so if I choose a niche area based on my experience and it's inside my top 10 niches, who researches all the products I can direct every sale to? Well, if you're one of my fellow Jetpack members, I've already researched all the products, and I tell you exactly which products to promote, and I already have done it for you in the autoresponder. You just you just follow the instructions and send traffic to the autoresponder, and then that will promote all of those relevant products in order through that sequence. So you don't need to figure out how to do that. That's what's great about that. If I've missed your question, by the way, please type it in again into the Q&A box, because I had so many that I've just sort of like lost track of them, and now I started going back to the most recent questions, and now some people have left, and so I'll go back to, thanks for typing them back in. So Erwin says, does the fellow Jetpack training include setting up the email marketing series? Yes. You could have your email marketing series all set up today. You just press a button and it sets it up for you. Because I've written all the emails for all of these niches, it's already done. So yes, it does. And I teach you how to do it for yourself if you do want to do it yourself. So you've got both options. Or you can edit the emails that we've got and do a bit of a hybrid. It's totally up to you there. Okay, it's really, really cool. I tried to make this as easy as possible. Linda says, how do you make money on this, training students? Well, I make money from charging $747 for it. Okay, some of you guys are here because an affiliate sent you to me in the first place, and they might be getting half of that. So the profits are not actually that high from me teaching people how to do internet marketing. I've shown on other webinars before. I've logged into my Make Money Online accounts and my niche accounts, and I actually make about less than, I think about 20% of my money, or maybe less, is made by teaching people how to make money online. So it's good money, but it's not great compared to not teaching people. But I do really enjoy it because I'm really passionate about it. I mean, I hope you guys can feel my passion and energy for what I'm doing here on the webinar. But I really enjoy the stuff, and I guess that's what separates me from some other people that might be teaching you this stuff. The majority of my money is not made by teaching. The majority is made by doing what I teach. But I teach because I really enjoy it, and I really get a kick out of seeing people do really well. It's like a tennis coach who goes back to coaching tennis. He might have made more money as a tennis player or maybe in some other profession, but he likes being a guy that coaches tennis on Saturdays to kids down at the club because he's passionate about it and he enjoys it. So yeah, I mean, I do make some money out of it, and it's not bad money. It's good money, but it's not as good as what I make from doing what I teach. But I really enjoy it, and that's why I'm in there and why I'm doing it. So I hope that makes all good sense. Okay. Where do I get pictures from my websites from? I use stock photography sites. Some of them are free, so they're free stock photography sites, but I usually use paid ones because I don't mind paying a few dollars per image. But that's just me. But if you are on a budget, then definitely use the free ones out there. Will I be offering an affiliate offer for my paleo site? Yes, absolutely. I will be not only promoting affiliate offers, but I will also have a VIP section of yumpaleo.com where people can join and get access to hundreds more recipes. So I've got maybe 100 free recipes and then hundreds more in the paid area as well. Are the 18 jetpacks the only ones available? Yes, those are the only 18 jetpacks. Okay, Erwin says, would be really cool if we could chat to you from time to time once we're members of Affiliarama. Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, that's available through different members, through the members forum, through my members webinars, and also if you ever are at certain marketing events that I attend, then you might want to just come meet up with me and say hello, or if you happen to be in New Zealand and want to fly out here and come meet me, and I'll take you out for lunch. That's I have the occasional affiliate jetpack student or member come in for that, and that's great. I'm more than keen. Right. I don't have a private one-on-one coaching program. No, for people that are asking about that. But Affiliate Jetpack is the closest thing I've got at this stage. That's not to say that I won't one day in the future, but I don't right now have a one-on-one coaching program. Especially when I work really, really hard in the trenches and my niches, it can become quite hard to do too much one-on-one. Sometimes I get people that are doing really well. Like if I see that, oh man, you've worked really hard, you're making some good money online, and then you approach me and say, hey, can I have some one-on-one coaching? Quite often I'll do it for free, okay? But I do that usually for people that are already doing okay. I find that easier. It's like a tennis coach that prefers to do group coaching when it comes to, say, the little kids, but then when it comes to the teenagers, they'll do the one-on-one. Like people that are actually proven that they're putting a lot of work in and they're getting something out of it, and now they're ready for some one-on-one. Okay, so that's usually what I do. Can I choose which 5 jetpacks I want? Yes, you get to choose which 5 jetpacks. And you don't have to choose them right away. You can absolutely, you don't have to choose your jetpacks right away. You can choose one now and choose more later that you've got as long as you want to open all your jetpacks. Yes, you can have more jetpacks, by the way. If you do wish to purchase more, then members only can purchase more jetpacks. I think there's something like $130 a jetpack or something for extra jetpacks beyond the first 5. Deborah says, I want to market the Paleo product. Can I become an affiliate? Yes, when it's for sale, we will have an affiliate program. That'll be at yumpaleo.com. There'll be an affiliates area there, probably set up in 3 weeks from now. It'll also be on ClickBank, or probably on ClickBank. Absolutely. Yeah, we've worked really hard on that offer. I think you might like it. GB says, I've already got a good web host. Can we use our own hosting? Yes, you can use your own hosting. Absolutely. No problems with using your own hosting. Do I teach 75-year-old grandmothers? Yes, but like I said, I'm not doing one-on-one. So you can become a member, and you by all means can go through all the training. You can use my awesome software tools that are in there. Push button, easy to set up your website. You can ask any question you like on our members forum, and I'll critique your site. Other people will critique your site, but I'm not doing one-on-one coaching. So if you need one-on-one, then I'm not your guy. Okay, in that sort of program, if other marketers offer it, it's usually a lot more expensive than this. But you are getting ridiculously good value for money at this particular price. But just to be aware, I'm in Christchurch, New Zealand. Someone that asked. Do I fancy the All Blacks to retain the World Cup? Oh, that's a hard question. I think it's going to be really tough because. In rugby circles, the All Blacks are the best team between the World Cups, but other teams become just as good as the All Blacks when it comes to the World Cup because they suddenly start putting out more of their best combinations and so forth. I will pick the All Blacks will win the World Cup, but I'll probably only give them a 50% chance. I still think that the rub of the green doesn't go their way, then there are several other good teams that might win it this time around, but I still think that they've got more chance than anyone else of winning it. Do I show you how to do ads on Facebook? I do show you how to do Facebook advertising. Not so much paid ads, but I do show you how to do paid boosts. I just show you my Facebook strategy, so you get to see that. Yes. English is my second language. Is this okay? Yes, absolutely. And for most people, if English is your second language, you actually need this kind of thing. Like, it's actually going to be really helpful. The emails, are they available in text form? Yes, you can grab them in text form, no problem. Have I ever visited the Lord of the Rings movie sets? Sort of, not all of them, but yeah, I've seen some of it. Absolutely. I was almost in Lord of the Rings, actually. I was going to be an orc, but then I had a trip to America on at the exact same time that filming was on, so I decided to go on my holiday instead. But I ended up, because I was a pizza delivery boy and I delivered pizza to the auditions, and they asked me to audition when I was there because they needed like 1,000 people to be orcs for some filming thing. And anyway, yeah, long story short, I'm not in it, but I could have been. Flight of the Conchords is awesome. Well, that's good to know. Is AdWords okay? Or can I get banned from Google? Well, AdWords, it's definitely okay if you do it right, but it is tricky, and it's probably too tricky for newbies. Okay? If you're able to comply with all of AdWords' guidelines, then absolutely. I know several top affiliates doing all their marketing through AdWords, doing ridiculous numbers. It's really good, but it's probably not. I usually don't recommend brand new newbies do it. It's usually more intermediate level. Okay, someone says, the last program I tried, I had to learn WordPress. I did not have the time or patience. Okay, will there be some aspect of this program that will be over challenging for the average person? Well, I don't know. Like, for a lot of people, it's not. For most people, it's not. WordPress, you don't have to know how to set up WordPress because we have a setup where you log in, you press build my website, and it has done it for you. And it's done it for you in WordPress. It's done it. that's why we host it for people, so that we can have that one-click setup. So I've made it as easy as possible, but there's always something to learn. But you've got to be the kind of person that says that that says to themselves, "I'm the kind of person that likes to learn new things." So you won't know it already, but you'll know it once you learn it. If you can copy and paste and follow instructions, if you can be bothered to do it, then you'll be able to do it. It's not hard, but there is work involved. And you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and put work in. That's the cost of running a business. You've got to be willing to put some work in. But that's natural with any business, and anyone that tells you otherwise is lying to you. I do teach you how to find the motivation to stay focused. Yes, I do. If you go through my I've got a bonus in there. I've got a bonus in there that is called what's it called? Millionaire, something like the Millionaire Mindset Training, and I teach you in 18 different traits of the millionaire mindset. I teach you exactly how to think like a millionaire. I basically implant the brain of a millionaire and put it in your head. Most people skip that training thinking it's not that important, but if you go through it sooner and you actually follow the steps, sooner or later you're going to become incredibly wealthy. I teach you should feel very empowered, very motivated by the end of it, but also you'll hopefully have your mind blown and start thinking of money in a totally different way to what you do now, so that you do become incredibly wealthy by the end of it. That mindset training is important, and that's included as a bonus. I forgot to mention that bonus. So that's $500 value right there, another bonus that's in the members area. So you'll discover exactly how to think like a millionaire. All right, so James, Helga, Camilla, Dave. I've had several people join today. I hope that you guys get in before the doors close. We are going to sell out pretty soon. And make sure you get in, though, if you're going to join. Make sure you get in through this link, through the webinar, before the extra discount and other webinar only special bonuses are gone. I mean, you may still be able to get in the next couple of days, but this particular discount is not going to be up for much longer. So just bear that in mind as well. Okay. Yes, Carol, that would be definitely a good place to start. Let's have a look. Hello from Chiang Mai. That's cool. What's the difference between a Affiliate Blueprint and a Affiliate Jetpack? A Affiliate Blueprint is training. Affiliate Blueprint is training. Affiliate Jetpack has a lot of stuff done for you, and it has even more training on top. More of my traffic methods specific to Affiliate Jetpack. But Affiliate Blueprint is very good training method. But I was finding with Affiliate Blueprint that not everyone was taking action on some of the things that were really important, like building their free reports and their autoresponder sequences and stuff. And I thought, I'm just going to do it for them. That's going to be a good program, because then and that's going to stop that level of procrastination. And that's where Affiliate Jetpack comes in. So a lot of stuff's done for you. That's where that really, really helps a lot. Okay, so someone says, can I get paid in Vietnam? I'm not sure. Honestly, you have to go to clickbank.com and ask them, because a lot of the programs I promote are through ClickBank. Someone says, if I am Affiliate Blueprint member, do I get a discount from Affiliate Jetpack? And no, we're not currently offering that, because this is already at a huge discount. Offering it for $747 as a webinar only discount. So your discount, you're already getting it. If you had bought at the full price of $997, we would have given you $197 off that. But it's $747. It's a webinar only discount. So for being on this webinar, you're getting the further discount as it is. So no, we don't even have approved with our payment provider to be able to offer a separate discount at this stage. Right. So all right. Now, I hope that am I going to have a series of webinars? I've been doing webinars, several webinars recently, but maybe you might not have seen all of them. I'm not sure. How to pay if your limit is $300 US. You know what? You can email our support staff, support@afilorama.com, and they can usually figure out these sorts of things. Like I just don't know off the top of my head how to sort that kind of thing out to do with payments. If you've got certain limits or whatever, that's up to you. I just I think that if it's to do with billing, email support@afilorama.com, and my staff are a lot better than I am at supporting billing type matters. Absolutely. So support@afilorama.com, not Affiliorama, Affilorama, AFFILORAMA.com. I'm going to wrap up this webinar shortly. I've been with you guys for. I just want to welcome Katie and Jeffrey on. By the way, welcome along. I've been on this webinar for a couple of hours now. I'm interested though. How did you find out about me and this webinar? Like, who recommended you to even get to me in the first place? Like, did Sonia Ricotti recommend you to download one of my free reports and now you're on this webinar? Or maybe it was from Adam Short, or maybe I'm just really interested. Well, who? Anik Singhal. Okay, Aidan. There we go. Sonia. Traffic Travis. Great. Yeah, I'm just interested. So a lot of people are already on my list. Matt Carter, Adam Short, Traffic Travis. Again. Great. Adam Short in my list. Cool. No, I was just really interested to know how some of you guys made it to my list. Okay, several people said Sonia Ricotti did. Sonia's amazing. She's a really, really good friend of mine, actually, and I don't think that there's any more genuine and honest and hard-working marketers out there. I mean, she's not just a marketer, she's a great person. Like, she's in the personal development niche. She helps people bounce back when life knocks them down, and then she also is really good at her marketing stuff. Like, she knows how to do marketing to a very high level. She's a good teacher and a good friend of mine. I usually fly out and meet her at least a couple of times a year, actually. She's really great. So anyway, okay, so several people are saying that she's a great person. Yes, absolutely. All right. So some people said, "Am I not Traffic Travis?" Yes, I am Traffic Travis. Absolutely. If in case anyone doesn't realise that, that's me. Jack says, "I saw you in Vegas last year at Inbox Blueprint." Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Erwin says, "How much budget should I allow for traffic every month?" That's up to you. You can use free traffic methods, and then once your free traffic methods are working well, then you can start putting money into paid traffic. I spend a lot of money on paid traffic now because I'm making more money. But if I was brand new, I'd be spending maybe, I don't know, I might spend maybe $20 or $50 just testing it out here and there, but I wouldn't even commit to any regular spend. I'd probably just do mostly free methods until I'm making money. Then once you're making money, then you maybe invest some of that into your paid traffic and grow it from there. If you're making $2 though on every dollar that you spend, sooner or later you'll start putting more and more and more and more money in, because you'll be thinking, oh wow, for all the money I spend, I'm making double back. But you won't do that until you're making some money first. So you don't want to risk your own money in that. You want to risk the money you've made in your business. I don't know if my system is appropriate for people in Vietnam. I know that it works in most countries around the world, but you'd have to check with clickbank.com on that, because that's a country I'm not familiar with. But definitely all the English-speaking countries and most Asian countries, I definitely know it works. Singapore and places like that, Taiwan, Malaysia, it should work there. Chiang Mai should work, yes. Someone says, are sales letters done for the niches? Well, we don't give you done-for-you products, But the sales letters that you promote, yes, they're all done, like, because all of these different product owners that you're promoting as an affiliate have already done their sales letters, absolutely, and they convert well, highly to sales. So that's really awesome. Someone says, do I think Copernic works today? Works okay? I have no idea because I don't really use it. I know it's on the bottom of my screen there, but this is an old laptop that I'm using for this because for this particular recording it's not my regular laptop. I just use it because it's got I've got my Camtasia license on it, so I can record the webinar nice and easy. But other than that, I don't really use this. Use Copernic. ClickBank is all over the place. You can call in and they give you a list of languages. Yeah, they're in most countries for sure. I just didn't want to 100% guarantee that if I wasn't sure. Someone says, if they want, do I get Affilo tools with Affilo Jetpack? No, they are separate things. So if you want to keep access to Affilo tools, you can by all means, you can cancel Affilo tools if you're not using it. But if you're using Affilo tools, then you don't get that with Affilo Jetpack. That's a separate thing. Separate type of person uses it too. It's mostly, people that are using it for SEO and stuff like that. It's different. Beth found out about me from Dawn Clark. Oh, that's great. I met Dawn in person recently. She came to a private event of mine in Las Vegas about three or 4 months ago. I met her in person. She's really great too. She's a good mentor. Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up now. I just really want to say thanks, guys, for joining me on this particular webinar. I hope that you've enjoyed the training. There's a lot of good training in this webinar. I'm going to put out the replay hopefully by tomorrow, if not by the next day at the latest. And I really am looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys in the members area. I hope you get in before the doors close. They should be closed in the next day or so. Maybe it'll be up for a couple of days. I don't know. We've got 131 spots left, which isn't really that many, to be honest. It's been selling out fast. Last time we had the doors closed for several months and we got complaints from people that wanted to get in and then they jumped in the moment the doors reopened. But with it being Christmas and stuff coming up, I don't anticipate reopening this year. At least it's not my intention anyway. And if I did, it might only be for people based on any duplicate purchases and stuff that go on right now, if anyone does that by accident. But anyway, thanks, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed the webinar. Thanks for being with me. Above all, I hope you take action with what you learned, and I hope that you're really motivated. Just say yes if you can see yourself running this kind of a business, like working in different niches, giving away free reports and making money from your autoresponder, from mailing out, writing the kinds of emails that I just showed you guys. Could you see yourself doing that? Does it sound like fun? Just say yes. All right, great. I'm getting a lot of yeses. That's what I want to hear. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I had procrastination too. That's why I know people need the done for you stuff. That's why I know it's important. Absolutely. Cool. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys in the members area. I just want to say a big thank you for being here. I hope that you have enjoyed this particular webinar. Post in the Q&A box if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Take action with what you learn, and I look forward to seeing some of you guys on private members webinars and stuff like that as well in the future. All right, bye for now, everybody.